I'm Patricia Bowerman, a mental wellness coach. I help people obtain better health by balancing the relationship between the gut and the brain from which the entire body benefits. This talk focuses on a hormone in our gut, which is getting a lot of attention lately due to its role in digestion and weight management. So, emerging research shows the GLP-1 hormone has a wide-ranging beneficial effect across multiple organ systems, such as central nervous system, cardiovascular system, kidney, liver, pancreas, and brain, and approaching weight loss by significantly increasing the GLP-1 hormone or attaching to its receptors has become a popular means to lose weight quickly. Well, GLP-1 primarily resides in the gut, but it is also prevalent in other organs in the body. The gut is where we activate it, which is also where it is impacted by toxins from our food, stressors, and bad bacteria. So you can see some of the organs involved here. However, several other metabolism hormones are also implicated, such as insulin, GIP, which is glucose-dependent insulinotropic polypeptide, leptin, and pancreatic polypeptide. These key hormones all contribute to energy metabolism as they help control appetite, satiety, digestion, and blood sugar. So, what interferes with this balanced performance? Well, levels of these hormones can become imbalanced due to age. Age is a factor into many disease processes. Poor diet. Our food just isn't what it used to be and doesn't have the nutrients. And oftentimes it has more toxins than nutrients. Also, lack of gut diversity when the bad bacteria and the good bacteria are out of balance. And there are other lifestyle factors as well. So imbalances in these hormones, especially GLP-1, can impact many aspects of your health, including healthy glucose regulation, bone health, cardiovascular, and gastrointestinal function, and more. Low GLP levels can also lead to constant thoughts about eating, or what is becoming a popular phrase, food noise, intense cravings, more hunger, and ultimately weight gain. So this study set out to investigate if two unique ingredient blends could holistically and sustainably increase GLP-1 and other relevant hormone concentrations in overweight adults without unwanted side effects. So blend 1 contained peptides from yeast hydrolysate, acacia gum, citrus bioflavonoids, and cinnamon bark. Blend 2 contained primarily resistant starches from potato and tapioca, kombucha, grapeseed extract, and blueberry and cranberry juice powders. In a previous in vitro study, these two unique ingredient blends were shown to increase GLP-1 hormone production by 122% in L cells, which are specialized cells that produce GLP-1. These encouraging results warranted further investigation into the capabilities of the two blends to increase GLP-1 concentration in overweight subjects. A total of 80 participants were recruited to participate in a 12-week randomized, placebo-controlled, double-blind study. So we have the placebo group, and then we have the treatment group with the two herbal blend combination. At each point, each group was asked to step onto a Renfo scale, which is a biometric scale. The scale uses impedance, which is resistance of electrical flow through the body, to measure biometric parameters. Muscles contain more water than fat and conducts electricity better, which allows the scale to estimate body fat percentage based on resistance. The following parameters were measured. So weight, BMI, body fat, fat-free mass, subcutaneous fat, visceral fat, body water, skeletal muscle, muscle mass, bone mass, protein, basal metabolic rate, age, and a Renfo tape measure was also connected to measure waist circumference. Before and after photos were taken at each time point with the subjects in each group. So they had the pictures taken from each side, the back, and from the front, and in the same location and under the same conditions, and subjects were asked to wear same or similar clothing. A questionnaire was given to each participant at each time point, and this questionnaire asked about food behavior and cravings between the study time points. Blood samples for metabolic hormones and fasting A1C levels were measured. The means of blood collection and mechanics used in measuring blood contents is available in the full study, as are the before and after photos. But they analyzed in the blood work for C-peptide, active GIP, active GLP, glucagon, insulin, leptin, and PP concentrations, as well as fasting A1C was measured. And the ages of the groups ranged from 30 to 78 years. And here you could see the green fluorescence shows increase in the GLP-1 production in L cells before and after using the GLP-1 direct and indirect activation blends. Biometrics for treatment and placebo groups. So we have in the baseline treatment group, weight ranges, and these are very well balanced between the two groups. The weight range from 136 to 316 pounds in the treatment group and 135 to 327 pounds in the placebo group. Waist circumference, 33.2 to 62 inches in the treatment group and 33.7 to 57.5 inches in the placebo group. Body fat, 21.6 to 70% in the treatment group and 21.6 to 64.8% in the placebo group. Subcutaneous fat, 13.7 to 59.1% in the treatment group and 18.7 to 55.4% in the placebo group. Visceral fat score was the same in both, ranging from 8 to 30. Skeletal muscle, 17.5 to 53.8% in the treatment group and 19.2 to 50.6 in the placebo group. And muscle mass, 28.2 to 79.2 in the treatment group and 31.2 to 75.4 in the placebo group. And we have down at the bottom of the third-party results, so up to 8.6% body fat decreased, 8.1% subcutaneous fat decreased, 18.8% visceral fat decreased, 7.2% skeletal muscle increase, that's very significant, and 6.4 kilograms in weight lost. So in the results, we see body fat percentage up to 8.6% lost, subcutaneous fat up to 8.1% lost, visceral fat score up to 18.8% lost. Now keep in mind that visceral fat is that belly fat, and it's not just the belly that's of concern. Visceral fat wraps around the internal organs, and that's where the damage is done. And then skeletal muscle is up 7.2% increase. 80% of the treatment group reported food cravings decreased. Well, they reported that their food cravings decreased about 80%. They agreed that their sugar cravings decreased to 80%. Fast food cravings decreased 89%. Soda cravings decreased 97%. Salty cravings decreased 77%. Alcohol cravings decreased 94%. They also agreed that their portion sizes decreased by 91%. and their urge to snack throughout the day decreased 77%, and that they agreed that their appetite decreased 86%. So that's that food noise calming down. They agreed that they ate for health instead of emotional eating. That was an 86% change, and that their satisfaction between meals increased 80%. So, in conclusion, GLP-1, the metabolic hormones in the treatment group, they found that their fasting GLP-1 levels increased by 220%. That is quite significant. The GIP also increased by an average of 122%. Leptin increased by an average of 5%. PP increased by an average of 74%. And 88% of participants saw an improvement in their A1C levels by an average decrease of 0.5 units as compared to the baseline. So the two unique blends were shown to increase GLP-1 concentrations in blood by an average of 220% when used together. Subjects reported positive changes in the way they thought and felt about food, with more consuming food for their health instead of emotions, making better food choices. The study confirmed that the two unique ingredient blends were a natural, more holistic approach to weight loss. They work with the body by activating L cells to produce the GLP-1 and GIP, and by activating through the microbiome to create the ideal environment for gut bacteria to make short-chain fatty acids, which fuel the L cells to produce GLP-1 and GIP. Complementary appetite hormones such as leptin and pancreatic polypeptides were also influenced. Positive changes to A1C levels were also observed. The results show that when used in combination, the two unique ingredient blends are a powerful tool to help people more easily make lifestyle changes needed to support their weight loss goals and general health. All of these benefits are achieved without requiring shots or prescriptions, and no side effects were seen, including gastrointestinal side effects. So with dual activation, the GLP-1 direct activation blend directly activates the GLP-1 pathway within the L cells, and the GLP-1 indirect activation blend indirectly activates GLP-1 by optimizing the gut microbiome environment to create short-chain fatty acids and fuel production. And I will add that the injectables are contributing to muscle loss and decrease in bone density, as well as gastric issues. And other adverse events are being reported. So this is a very safe and natural product that is getting very, very good results. So if you have any questions, if you would like to see the original study, please ask the person who shared this talk with you, and they will share that with you. Thank you.